Hello and welcome to Orion Outreach. I'm Joe Johnson, and today we have some special guests with us here, representing the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club. We have Doug and Dawn here to tell us a little bit about the Horseshoe Club here in the community and what they do and who's invited, and they're going to give us all the information you need to know. Thanks for being here today. And give us a little background on the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club. How did it all start? How long has it been in the community?
The Lake Orion Horseshoe Club has been part of the community since 1960. We've been in the village since 1965. We continue to grow, and we're doing some improvements on our court and want to be a good member of the community.
So when it originated, was it just going to be recreation for locals, or has it always been sort of a tournament hosting organization?
I believe it's just been, it was for horseshoes for fun, and then it's grown over the years to where we host tournaments and for fun and state tournaments.
That's terrific. So how has it grown over the years? Has membership grown? About how many people take part in the club today?
Well, today we have around 35 people. We've got 15 courts, and we can hold 45 people at one time. But a small percentage doesn't show up every week, so we could probably get 50 people, we'd be all right. And we have had that before in past years, but and we are looking to get more new members right now. And we have men, women, children, older guys, you name it. It's a family deal. Everybody has a great time.
Who is the club open to? Is it just Lake Orion residents, or do people come from the surrounding communities?
It's open to anyone that wants to play. They come from Troy, Rochester, all over.
When does the season start, and how often do they play?
Well, it starts on May 3rd. It's first Tuesday of May. And technically we start on the week before that, April 26th, for a cleanup night and sign-up night. That way it don't bother the playing when you're signing everybody up at the same time. It's hard to get them to play at the same time. So we like them to sign up a week earlier. So, and help us clean the place up and get ready to play too.
So that's part of the responsibility too, not just playing horseshoes, but getting the whole area prepared.
We are responsible for taking care of those courts, everything about them, mowing grass, and we have grass mowing teams every week to keep everything looking really good. And we play 15 weeks a year. And at the end of the season, we have a banquet, has been lately at the Oxford Hills Golf Course. And really nice banquet, and trophies and awards are given out then, and great time.
So what are people playing for week to week? Are they scoring points and competing against each other, and do these points accumulate over the season? Or describe what people are playing for each week.
So we play handicap league. So what happens is we play 4 games per 40 frames per night. So you play each person twice, and then it's all points count. So it's not a cancellation during league play. So, and then every week you get your score sheet, so you know where you are. So we have all the way down to the end, you get into position night, and then that's in preparation for the league trophy and or individual trophies based on your achievements for the year, and then we have our banquet and celebrate.
So people do form teams, and they're competing for this beautiful trophy right here?
Actually, it's a random selection. We do, you pitch a different person every night, and it's like bowling. You have your own you develop your handicap, and then because your handicap also gets added to the points that you make for the week or for each game, and then that moves you up or down the leaderboard, just like in any other tournament.
That's awesome.
There's three people on the court each night, And one person is keeping score while the other two is playing. And they play each other twice. And it's just a 40-shoe game. They play 40 shoes and they're done.
Oh, okay.
So you play 160 shoes a night.
Wow, all right. And when you're not just competing locally with area residents, you're hosting tournaments. Talk about the tournaments that you host.
Well, I am the tournament director. We are involved with Michigan Horseshoe Pitchers Association. Our bylaws kind of goes with their bylaws. And so we're required to have host one tournament a year. That is a Michigan Horseshoe Pitchers Association tournament, where pitchers from all over the state will come, and we host that tournament. Each club that is we're a sanctioned tournament by the state, and the state comes in and looks at our courts and makes sure the stakes are right, the clay is right, the fencing is right, and if everything meets their standards, they will sanction that course to be able to play tournaments. And ours is sanctioned. And the 13th of August, we host the state doubles tournament. So that's you pick a partner, and you have to be a member of the MHPA to do this. And you had to play one. You join the MHPA and play one tournament during the year, and then you're allowed to play in the state doubles tournament. And there's quite a big group.
They come from all over, don't they?
They come from all over, yeah. And it's an all-day affair, and we have food and all kinds of good stuff for the tournament. And we usually have a pig roast at that time too.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And then we have the tournament again on Sunday.
And the next day we host MHPA regular tournament the next day.
Oh, okay. So two days of fun back to back.
2 days.
That's terrific.
Yep. Yeah, Saturdays is the doubles and Sundays is the singles tournament. But you have to have your you have to be a sanctioned player, so you have to join the Michigan Horseshoe Pitching Association.
And what's at stake when you take part in the tournament? Are there cash prizes, or are you playing for trophies too?
There's cash prizes and sometimes trophies too.
Ah, so they're little.
Like the state doubles, there's plaques at the end of the year when we hold the state tournament, which is in Kalamazoo this year. They will give the awards for the state doubles tournament at that time for ever who won.
That's terrific.
And you get your individually patched depending on what position you take.
Great.
Place.
Now, in addition to hosting events and hosting tournaments and things like that, the Horseshoe Club gives back to the community. Talk about ways that the club gives back to the community.
Okay, so we have a couple of St. Jude's tournaments. We have one that's called the Woody Cup, and that's held in September. We'll actually be hosting it this year, and it's where I think 5 or 6 clubs compete, and it's cancellation, and at the end there's another trophy, but then all the money that is raised that day from the pitchers to food and any 50-50 drawings that we do, that all goes to St. Jude's. And I believe I just saw a thing that the Michigan Horseshoe Pitching Association has raised almost $70,000 since we've been starting for St. Jude's charity. We also, 2 years ago, we did the Wendy's Warriors, which was a fundraiser for Lou Gehrig's disease, and one of our pitchers, it was his daughter-in-law that actually lost her life to Lou Gehrig's disease. But and then the other thing we've done is we have the Butterfly Rock that is located by the Lake Orion Art Center next to the Meeks Park Bridge, and a beautiful site there. And
talk about how the Horseshoe Club made that possible. How did that happen? The sculpture.
Actually, the sculpture was I guess Steve Leach from Custom Welding and Ron Price, president, my husband. They were instrumental in coming up and working with the, I think it was Parks and Rec or one of the DPW to get the rock donated. And then they designed it and sent it to powder coat and then put it in place by the Meeks Park and the Art Center. and that was their contribution to, or our contribution from both the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club and from Custom Welding Steve Leach to make the area nicer and also to hopefully draw more people down there so they would actually see that the Horseshoe Club that's been there since 1960 or 1965 was actually a viable place and wants to be, you know, part of the village.
Yeah, the pits are in close proximity to the Arts Center, and
Yes.
so yeah, it's mutually beneficial, I think. And the art piece is really a beautiful addition to that area. It really brightens up that whole area. It's just tremendous.
It does,
So,
yes.
Yeah, terrific. And did you, correct me if I'm wrong, but did the Horseshoe Club also set up some horseshoe pits over at Greens Park for the community to be able to play horseshoes over there?
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, Ron Price and me, Ron basically put it all together, and I helped him, and we went over there. I think it was the DDA, wasn't it? That was the DDA.
What's that?
Parks
and Rec helped.
Ask Ron if we could do something with some pits over there, and so we put some pits over there, and he built a nice box to keep the horseshoes in, and really nice deal.
So that's just an opportunity for families to come out and just play for fun.
Yes.
Yep.
So the Greens Park pits are sand pits, and the 15 courts that we have over at the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club are actually blue clay. So it's a little bit different type of pitching with a little bit different type of maintenance on the pits, but everybody's still welcome to play at either location.
So can someone? That's the one. I'm glad you brought that up. Can someone any day of the week enter the horseshoe pit area and play, or do you discourage that?
We encourage
You
anyone.
encourage it, okay.
It's always open 24/7. If it's bright enough that you can safely pitch horseshoes, you're welcome to use it. You might have to get a little bit of water out of the river. But
soften
during
up the
the
clay a
yes,
little bit.
from April 26th through about the 1st of November, we maintain the pits on normally a couple times a week basis. So you should be able to play there very easily with not too much maintenance to yourself. But with the blue clay, it does take a little bit more maintenance than the sand does, but anyone's welcome to play at any given time. Even though it's fenced in, the gates are never locked. They're always open and welcome to anybody.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. That's great to know. So if somebody wants to become a member, if they want to play in tournaments or just come out any given Tuesday, you said, how does somebody get involved with the Horseshoe Club?
Well, we have a site on the internet, the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club, and you could go there, or we have brochures. We have a box set up at the Horseshoe Club with brochures in them, and you can pick a brochure out of there, and it'll give you names and places to call, and a lot of word of mouth, you know, from people to people that know about us, you know, and I don't know what else.
Well, the only thing I was going to say is if we are down there on Tuesday night, we're normally playing. There's somebody there from about 5:30, 5:45 till normally around 10 o'clock at night. If you happen to walk by and you see any of us down there, normally we always have an extra pit open. Someone will take the time, we'll talk to you, or we have somebody walking around that will give you a little bit of information. If you get there before we start pitching at 7, you could actually come in and play with us as, you know, a one-time only shot. And the only thing we do is we have a waiver and we ask that you sign that, and then you're welcome to pitch. And also we have the 2 clinics that are going on this year, which if you join, and starts meet and greet is on the 26th. It's approximately 6:30, and then the following day we're doing a clinic on the 27th from 5 to 7, and then the following week. So if you miss us the first week, please feel free to come at any time. And we're doing a clinic. That way hopefully we can encourage more people and it'll improve your game. I know when I was first learning, I had to do a lot of clinics. So
I'm sure there's a technique that you have to kind of pick up on.
Yes, you do. Yep.
So it's a great opportunity, not only for some physical fitness, but just a great social opportunity and meet new people, right?
Absolutely. Yes, met a lot of people over the 12 years that I've been pitching.
Okay.
One other thing, this trophy right here, it's a league trophy, and the winner of the league each year gets their name on this trophy.
Oh, terrific. Great. And did you mention a website?
Yes, we have a website, which is www.pitchwithus.com/Lake Orion, and we also have a Facebook page, Lake Orion Horseshoe Club.
Great. So there's plenty of ways to get involved and keep up to date on what's happening with the Lake Orion Horseshoe Club. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was great talking to you about it, and I feel it's a hidden gem in the community, and people really should get out and check out and see what's happening there.
Yeah, and Joe, you know, someone just said in the last week or so that we're the best hidden jewel in the village. So
yeah.
Hopefully we have more people come to visit us, and would love the participation of the community.
All right, we'll get people out there. Thanks for watching this edition of Orion Outreach. I'm Joe Johnson. We'll see you next time. Good night.